Like we think
But
it
there's
has
so
to
many
be
things
this
to make it
large grand
complicated.
scale or center stage of something, but it's the simplicity. I'm actually in an emotional intelligence class right now, and we're talking a lot about like joy and interest and creativity and all of that. And it's like, even in joy, like even I was totally oblivious to what joy actually was. I thought it was like this ecstatic state, right? You think it's like ecstasy, joy, right? But it's
Uh-huh.
actually not. It's actually joy. They describe it as this, like that contentment after orgasm. So after orgasm, where you're in this place
It's
where
gonna
like
be that kind of a
it's
show.
that kind of show because we already went there. But think about it. After orgasm, this contentment of like there is no you met your needs. Like there's nothing you need in that moment. Like in that moment, you're good. You're at peace. You're content. That's joy. That's joy.
I,
Like
I, I, well, like, see, the thing is like trying to find joy. So there's a guy named Alex Ramosi. He's a business guy, and he talks about happiness and joy, and he's one of those guys who's a pessimist. I related to a lot to him because of the fact that he's like one of those guys who's a pessimist as well. He kind of looks at the darker side of life. And again, if he's listening in on this, it's like chime in and clarify. Um, but he said something along the lines is you have to find the joy in the process and not in the end goal. And in Al-Anon and AA, we have something similar that says you relate happiness to things or happening. So, like for example, like I'm graduating with my master's degree. Oh, then I'll be happy. I get that new car. Oh, then I'll be happy. Get this podcast off the ground. Then I'll be happy. Instead of realizing and appreciating the joy and the happiness in the process, right?
right,
Like
the
when
doing.
when we were trying to figure out, hey, are we actually
Yeah.
live streaming or not? And we were sitting there laughing and giggling, and it's like, oh fuck it, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's the joy in the process, right?
Yeah.
It's not an end goal. Happiness isn't death is the end goal. And if we can
Yeah.
get to that, end goal and not
Yeah.
hurt too many people in the process.
Once we get to death, that's it. Game over.
Right,
So
exactly.
so that's what manifesting is. People think manifesting is I'm gonna wish for something and it's gonna just fall magically on my lap because I focused on it. No. It's you have to be willing to do something. It's in the process of doing that you're
The
showing the
action.
universe that you're serious about this, and like in the action of doing is where the clarity comes from. But you have to be willing to do something. You have to be willing to get off the couch, right?
Right.
And this is why like perfectionism doesn't exist. It's nonsense because there is no perfect. Perfect is game over. Perfection is
Right.
we've reached the end, we're done, like lights out,
Right.
right? That we're here because we are imperfect, and it's in this process of creation where we discover that. So yeah, I agree. Like happiness is in the doing of something, is in the doing of creation. Like every movement, this right here is creation, right? Forget shiny and polished. Like you'll be sitting around waiting around forever if you have to wait, right? Like you wouldn't do
Right.
shit. The people are
Well,
so
it reminds me of
paralyzed
that
by that.
conversation we had a couple of weeks ago before it's like if we're waiting for perfect, it ain't never gonna get off the ground.
No,
And
no.
it's like
So
and there's nothing perfect about me. I'm just like I fucked up so many times. It's like I'm actually surprised I'm still walking upright.